First things first, rest in peace to Heath Ledger. Now let's get down to business. What's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of Film Me Thoughts. Before we proceed, please press that subscribe button. And yeah, leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on the film. If you have seen it, if you're going to watch it, let me know your expectations. And once you have watched it, let me know your thoughts. Anyway, as I'm sure you can guess from the title of this video, we're going to be talking about Joker. Very good film. Very, very good film. And as at the beginning of this little episode, I said rest in peace to Heath Ledger, because for me, he is still the best Joker I've ever seen. His performance in Dark Knight is still the best acting performance I have ever seen. Hands down. However, I don't know if I'm going to say his name right, so forgive me, but Quinn Phoenix. One second. Joaquin Phoenix. I believe I said it right. He definitely threw his hat in the ring for best Joker performance. Didn't quite make it for me personally, but excellent performance. This film surprised me in more ways than one. There were a couple things in there that are questionable, which we will get to. But it surprised me because it was better than I had thought. There wasn't much of a superhero aspect to it, which was good and unexpected. I thought maybe some superhero would try and stop the supervillain in this film, and then it would turn into explosions and unrealistic stuff. But it wasn't that at all. So hats off again to DC. Again, DC failed in a couple things. I'm going to bring that up. Little things that I feel like a team of filmmakers should be able to see and spot and not do. But we'll get there. Anyway, short synopsis of this film. We basically follow Joker through his transition from a loner that is questioning life and questioning his relevance to the world into the world of criminalism and being that villain that we all have grown to love. The film had me kind of feeling sorry for Joker. I can't even lie. Like, had me feeling really sorry for him because I can't stand bullying. I'm really against people that bully. It bugs the life out of me when I see like things like that. So the first hour and a half of the film is literally people bullying Joker. So I was kind of backing him to kind of do something. From the very beginning, he gets jumped by kids and he just lets it happen. And it's like, no, get up and do them something. So from early on, I was on the side of Joker. And it was really good because it gave you a really deep intellectual understanding of Joker and how he became Joker, the world that he's coming from. It's a lot deeper than than what we have seen in previous films, mainly because he is the second actor within any film, because it's usually Batman that's leading and trying to figure out how to defeat Joker. But in this film, Joker is the main guy. This film tackles a lot of things, a couple things that are happening in society today, which I thought was really good. Things like, I'm going to try and stop saying that's one thing I've noticed in my videos. I'm working on it. So mental health was obviously the big one in this film, and how society just ignore it and brush it underneath the carpet and treat them very differently without us realizing that people with mental health feel alienated, and it doesn't take much of a trigger to push them over the boundaries where they then could potentially turn into someone like Joker, because he's someone that in the beginning just wanted to make people laugh. He wanted to be a comedian and he wasn't appreciated. His funding was cut where he was in a somewhat stable condition. He had a stable job, and then things started to happen where he started to spiral out of control. Mainly down to, and what started it was the cuts to his mental health service, which also meant cuts to his medication. So, yeah, I thought that was very interesting because those things are going on in society today. And it's something that definitely needs addressing because anyone that's going through such a thing like what Joker's going through could literally turn into a murderous psychopath quite easily. And it's not a nice thing to see. Another thing that they addressed was the whole us against them, which is growing. It's growing in this country. It's growing in this world, should I say. Look what's going on in Hong Kong at the moment. We've got the whole Brexit situation happening here in the UK. We've got Trump versus everyone else over in the US. And those are just three countries off the top of my head, but it's going all over Africa, South America. These kind of things are happening where there is a growing disdain towards the rich, because we know and we feel like they're being treated differently to us. So it was interesting to see because Joker is effectively the protagonist and the, I wouldn't say cheerleader, but the mascot for, and the symbol for change, and the symbol for the poor, for the mentally challenged, for everything that the rich don't stand for. Which it was good to see the transition throughout the film. I thought that was kind of dope to see. So yeah, I liked it. It was a really good film. I'd recommend it. A lot of people are saying it's the film of the year. I kind of have to disagree with that because for me, it doesn't overtake Aladdin. It's definitely in the top three of the year, though. I'll give you that. And with just talking about Aladdin, there is another film coming out from Guy Ritchie called Gentleman. Whoo! Looks cold. Cannot wait for that. Anyway, I digress. Back to Joker and DC. So there were a couple things that I saw. First of all, the first one that I clocked was when he killed those three bankers. A revolver only has 6 shots, but he actually shot 7 times. And for those people who are watching this and thinking, no, that's rubbish, I'm going to count them out for you right now. So he shot the main guy, tall guy, in the head once, right? Then he shot the guy in the white t-shirt twice. So that's 3 shots altogether. Then when the chubby guy was running, he shot him in the back of the leg while he was on the train. Then he got off the train and shot him again in his back, and then shot him twice after that when he was laying down on the stairs. So that's 7 shots. So yeah, I saw that. I picked up on that, which is not great. The second thing as well, this is the big one. This Joaquin Phoenix guy, he's like in his 40s. That doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense because this film also shows the beginning of Batman. So Batman's got at least 20 to 25 years left of growing up to do before he's supposed to fight the Joker. By the time those 25 years go, the Joker will be trying to draw for his pension. And that's something someone should have picked up on, surely, during the writing process, during the casting process. Now, I'm not trying to take anything away from Joaquin Phoenix. I hope I'm saying his name right. But because he done a fantastic performance, it was genuinely a really good performance. I would be shocked if his name doesn't come up in an Oscars nomination for 2019. But I feel like they missed the trick there because where are they supposed to go with this? Suicide Squad came out, what, 2-3 years ago, and it had a much younger Joker, which kind of fed in line with who Batman was at that age as well. So I'm a bit perplexed and a bit confused to know where DC are going to go with this because, as I said, Joker will be too old by the time Batman is old enough to fight him. Food for thought. I feel like I don't know. I don't want to shoot it down by saying the wrong things, to be fair to DC, but again, I feel like it's just a trick that was missed, and it's almost like they're rushing again to try and keep up with what Marvel has produced, which isn't great. Not great. But taking nothing away from the director and the actor and the script writers and everyone involved in the film was a really good film. Excuse me. And I'd highly, highly recommend watching it. But yeah, let's all get along, people. Let's give people who have mental illness the attention that they need. Because it definitely highlighted the effects of cuts in society that is having on people with social illnesses. It's not cool. It's not cool. And let's all get along. So out of 5, I'm honestly going to give this a 4.5 out of 5. Strong film, very strong film. And that's it from me. That's it from me. Whatever you are doing today, or whenever you're watching this, should I say, I hope you are having a good one. So have a good day, have a good evening, have a good morning, have a good night, have a good afternoon. All the best, and thank you for listening. Take care.